For more update, please subscribe our Gossip America News YouTube channel and press the bell button. When the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Jen Shah was sentenced to 6.5 years in federal prison for her role in a nationwide telemarketing scheme, reality TV fans expected drama, introspection, and maybe even a prison memoir. What they didn't expect was that Shah would be bunking behind bars at the same correctional facility as Gisline Maxwell, the notorious accomplice of Jeffrey Epstein. As the gates of FCI Tallahassee slammed shut behind Shah, a new chapter began, one far removed from glam squads and designer heels. And it just so happened that one of the world's most infamous women was already inside. This is the story of two women, one prison, and the surreal intersection of reality TV scandal and global criminal infamy. Jen Shah's arrest in 2021 shocked audiences who were already captivated by her larger-than-life persona. The federal government accused her of defrauding hundreds, many of them elderly, out of millions of dollars through a fraudulent telemarketing scheme. Her eventual guilty plea in 2022 led to her placement in FCI Tallahassee, a low-security federal prison in Florida. Ironically, she had once joked about how she could never survive prison without her lashes and Louis Vuitton. Reality, however, had other plans. "I've made mistakes," she admitted in a statement before turning herself in. "But I'm going to face the consequences and try to rebuild what I can." She arrived at FCI Tallahassee in early 2023, glam stripped away, public image bruised, and self-identity in pieces. But what she didn't expect was to be joined in the cafeteria line by Gisline Maxwell, the socialite turned prisoner who had once mingled with the global elite before being sentenced for sex trafficking minors. Two women, two worlds. But now, one prison. Maxwell, sentenced to 20 years in 2022, had by then become a quiet yet powerful force within the prison. Unlike her former life of jet-setting and high society dinners, her new reality was defined by routine, rules, and reputational rot. Dubbed the ghost by fellow inmates, Maxwell reportedly kept to herself, spending hours in the library, practicing yoga, and maintaining a peculiar dignity amid the crumbling facades around her. She rarely spoke, but when she did, it was with calculated precision. Two new inmates, she was something between legend and warning. Rumors swirled about secret meetings, whispered alliances, and even rumors of hidden memoirs being penned in longhand. When Shah arrived, she was quickly made aware of the presence of the woman whose face had once splashed across every tabloid, every true crime podcast, every courtroom sketch artist's page. According to insiders, the two women didn't speak for weeks. Shah had entered the prison with a different kind of fama bravo celebrity, known for designer fits, catty confessionals, and her fiery temper. She was met with a mix of awe and amusement from fellow inmates, some of whom had seen her on TV and others who couldn't believe a real housewife was actually here. Her personality, still electric despite the surroundings, rubbed some the wrong way, but she gradually adjusted to the prison rhythm, cooking ramen in her cell, signing autographs on scraps of notebook paper, and even allegedly organizing mini talent shows in the recreation hall. Maxwell watched from afar. One Tuesday afternoon, the two women crossed paths in the prison yard. According to a former inmate who served time with both, Maxwell simply nodded. Shah, in turn, offered a sharp, assessing look. Days later, they spoke in the library in exchange over a shared interest in legal books. What began as a practical conversation reportedly turned into something else. Two women, both navigating notoriety, discussing what it meant to be publicly hated. They couldn't be more different, and yet they couldn't stop orbiting each other, says Tina, a former FCI Tallahassee inmate who was released in early 2025. Jen had this fire. She was loud, emotional, quick to cry or snap. Gisline was the opposite, cold, careful, intellectual. But they both wanted to control the narrative inside. Tina claims the two formed a kind of unofficial power block, never outright friends, but often seen talking in corners, trading books, and sharing information about appeals and legal procedures. Maxwell, who had a small group of followers among older white-collar criminals, was thought to hold sway over the more intellectual inmates. Shah, on the other hand, charmed the younger women, particularly those who recognized her from television. "She ran that place like it was a Bravo reunion," another inmate said anonymously. "She had the jokes, the gossip, the alliances." Maxwell was like the ghost advisor, like the producer behind the scenes. Together, they were the unlikeliest duo FCI Tallahassee had ever seen. Rumors emerged that Shah and Maxwell both used their media savvy to manipulate prison politics. Shah allegedly began drafting an unauthorized tell-all memoir inside the prison, detailing not just her crimes and redemption arc, but also snippets of life behind bars. One chapter, reportedly titled Brunch with Monsters, described her surreal relationship with Maxwell. She never said the word innocent. Shah allegedly wrote about Maxwell. She said misunderstood, but every time she spoke, it was like a lesson in control. And I'm not sure if I admired it or feared it. Correctional officers reportedly kept an eye on the dynamic duo, worried that their influence could stir unrest or worse, attract unwanted press attention. Meanwhile, outside the prison walls, fans and critics debated what it meant for a pop culture icon and a criminal accomplice to be sharing a cell block. The tabloids dubbed them the Ice Queen and the Housewife. TMZ ran photos from a grainy drone showing two shadowy figures walking the track. The memes were relentless, but inside, it was anything but glamorous. By mid-2024, Shah had reportedly earned privileges due to good behavior and participation in educational programs. She began teaching a course on entrepreneurship, a cruel irony, some said, given her crimes. But inmates praised her charisma and teaching skills. Maxwell continued her reclusive routine, though insiders claim she occasionally gave Shah quiet advice on handling the media post-release. "You must control your story," Maxwell is rumored to have said, "or someone else will." It was a sobering statement, one Shah took to heart, in a letter leaked to a gossip site in late 2024. Shah wrote, "Prison doesn't change you, it strips you bare. And what's left is either worth saving or it isn't. I met women here I never expected to meet. Some good, some evil, some still pretending they don't know the difference." In 2028, Jen Shah is scheduled to walk free. Her legal team is already planning a media re-entry strategy, and rumors swirl of a possible Bravo return or, at least, a docuseries about her redemption arc. Maxwell, on the other hand, isn't due for release until the 2040s. But their shared time in FCI Tallahassee will go down as one of the most bizarre true-life plot twists in the reality TV meets true crime universe. Producers are allegedly already circling, hoping to secure exclusive interviews and book deals. There's even talk of a fictionalized streaming series, Cell Block Queens, inspired by their time together. For now, the real story remains behind bars. Two women, two shattered lives, one prison yard. In the world of reality television, personas are built on confessionals, catchphrases, and curated chaos. In the world of true crime, notoriety is built on secrets, lies, and legacy. Jen Shah and Ghislaine Maxwell represent opposite sides of the pop culture spectrum, but inside FCI Tallahassee, those differences blurred. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to our Gossip America News YouTube channel for more updated news.